Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 200 of the She's Just Getting Started podcast, and I am so glad that you have arrived today. You know why? Because we are celebrating 200 episodes, and I have none other than my son, Grayson Brock, on the show. Yay! I'm so excited about it. I can't wait for you just to hear his voice and hear what he has to say about entrepreneurship. As many of you know, he runs his own power washing and now fence staining business. And so we have a fun conversation today about that and just what he's learned from being a business owner and some good advice for those of you that are thinking about starting a business or you're starting one now. I think it will just be a fun episode where you can get to know me more and really hear from my son, who you hear me talk about all the time. So it's just so wonderful, and I'm so happy you're here. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. You came in on a super fun day. So if you're new, really quick, I want to make sure you get plugged in. Whether you're in the idea stage, whether you're planning or starting your business or even in the growth stage, make sure you get plugged in. And you can do that right now by checking out my private Facebook group. Oh yes, I have a private Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. If you scroll down right now in the show notes, you will see the link to go over there. Okay. When you click it, it's going to take you to Facebook, and there will be 3 quick questions that you have to answer before I will let you in the group. So make sure you do that. I can't wait to let you in. And you know what's so amazing about being part of this group is that you are no longer alone in this journey. Okay. Whether you have questions about, what apps to use, what software to use, what you should do, people's thoughts on the naming, on your colors, on your logo, what you should do about this or that, things you're struggling with. Now you have a place to ask those questions. And some of you think they're silly questions. And I want to tell you right now, they're not, because other people have those questions too. So make sure you get in the group, and I can't wait to welcome you in. Also, I have some free downloads for you. If you're new, I have a 16-step checklist for getting your business started. So scroll down right now so you can get it on your email and print it and start working through it as you start your business. And if you are in the idea stage, I do have a guide that's kind of helping you figure out your business purpose. Like, what type of business are you meant to start based on your own skills and passions and all that good stuff? So make sure you get those freebies. If you're a loyal listener of mine, I want to thank you so much. Y'all are so amazing. The reviews that I get, the messages that I get, all my grow getters, a shout out to you all, my Just Getting Started group members. Y'all are just such wonderful humans. And I'm so honored to be by your side in this journey. And I want to thank you for your support and everything you do to lift me up on my journey too. Okay, that's it. On to the episode. Well, hello. I'm so excited you are here. You are in for a treat today. My son, Grayson Brock, is on the show. And I just want to kind of preempt this before our chat begins. So this is a fun episode. This is a lighthearted episode. My son and I have a conversation about entrepreneurship and mainly about his business and what he's learned as I guess he's not really a new business owner anymore. He's been doing this for 5 summers in a row. So almost 5 years of power washing. He did it over Christmas break and stuff like that too when he was back from school. And so it's been something really valuable for him. And you're going to hear some nuggets of wisdom that he shares and some good takeaways. So I'm excited for you to hear those. But he is 21 years old. He's actually turning 21 right before this airs. So Lord, help us all, right? All you parents out there that have children that are becoming, that are now starting to adult, sort of, and they're 21. Oh my gosh. Prayers for all of us, right? But it's super exciting. He is such an awesome human. He is driven. He is committed. He is excited about his future. And he's proof that you can start a business. Now, I know that all of you listening, and most of you, are starting a business because you want to make money doing what you love. You are passionate about it. Maybe it's a hobby that you've had, or maybe you've been doing this type of work for a long time and you really want to branch out and have your own business. Grayson's is slightly different, and you'll hear him talk about it, but he started his business for the money, and that's really it. He found something that he could do to make money reliably and consistently, and so that's why he has his business. So his is slightly different in that it's not a passion-based business, okay? Because he's young and he's doing it in lieu of working at Taco Bell or, fast food or Target or wherever, right? He wanted to be his own boss, and that's why he started his business. So anyways, again, he started it 5 years ago. He's turning 21. He is such a great human. I'm so proud to have him on. Son, I love you. Thank you so much for being on the show. I think everyone will be so interested because y'all hear me talk about him all the time, right? Because I see him working on his business firsthand with my own eyeballs, his struggles, his wins, all this stuff. It's so much fun to watch. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Enjoy. And I hope you learn a lot from my son, Grayson. Okay, here we go. Well, I am so excited, Grayson, to have you on the She's Just Getting Started podcast. I should call it He's. Go. Yeah, that's right. I should call it He's Just Getting Started. But anyways, Grayson, I'm so happy to have you on. So many people hear about you on this podcast because, I give them little tidbits about your power washing business. And we're just so happy to have you on the show. So welcome.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you for having me. This is my first podcast appearance as a guest besides my own podcast that I just started. So thank you, Mom. I'm honored.
But you're doing like a video podcast, yes, right? Yours is more like YouTube video for all those, youngins out there. Y'all are, what are y'all, Gen Z?
All the Rizzers. All the Himothy's. The Riz gods.
My crowd is not going to know what the heck you're talking about.
If they have kids, they might.
If they have kids, they might. Well, I'm so excited to have you on. I thought this would be just so apropos for my 200th episode.
Oh, yeah. 200. Let's go.
I know. Woo, everyone.
That's
yes,
a huge
200. It is every week for the past however long.
And you've never missed a week.
I've never missed a week. Never missed.
That's insane.
Can you believe that? It's because it comes easy to me and it's fun. And I think it's a testament for all of you, whatever way that you are showing up in your business. When it's fun and it comes natural to you, it doesn't seem like work or dread or anything. Like you're excited to do it every day. So anyways, I thought it would be fun today just to chat about your business and just like what it's been like starting a business. Now, again, I know your business is different than a lot of my clients' businesses. They're super passionate about what they do. Like they love it. It's like their life's calling. And I know yours is more about the money, would you say? Because you're just trying to... and you're learning how to run and you're learning how to run a business. So why don't you share just a little bit about your business, what you do, and then I want to ask you some questions about it because I thought it would just be interesting for others to hear and to relate it to their type of business.
Well, in terms of am I doing it just for the money? Every kid my age is doing a job just for the money for the most part. Nobody's that passionate about serving or being a lifeguard or something. Well, I think I started when I was 16 when I realized I kind of needed to get a job, and I was like, well, I'm gonna not be employed. I do not want to be employed. So what can I do myself? And I think I started watching YouTube videos of this guy pressure washing driveways. So then quickly made paper flyers like from a printer and passed them around to our neighbors. And then a week later had a job. And now fast forward 5 years now, I've been doing it every summer in between high school and college. And yeah, pressure washing driveways. And then the more I would do research and learn more about the industry on YouTube, I'd realize like there's like higher ticket jobs that you can do. Like you can do house washes, more complicated, but you get more money. And now we've even gotten to painting fences, staining fences. So pressure washing and staining. And yeah, I would hire some friends, like help me do jobs over the first 4 years. And then one of my friends, Kurt, came on this summer, like he bought into the company. And so now there's two of us running it. And yeah.
Is that fun saying bought into the company?
Yes.
Is that fun to say that?
Yeah, it makes it feel official. We have a goal of making $25,000 this summer profit as a company, and we're almost there. We're at like 21.
Woo! That's amazing. That is amazing. And side note, what are you using this money for?
Oh, to travel we're going to backpack in Asia and make YouTube videos and record the whole thing. So the coolest videos you can think of. So you're going to Asia? Travel the world. It's what everybody wants to do, but most people never do it. So we're doing it right now at 20.
It's so true. Yeah. So my listeners know that you're in college at the University of Texas. So you're taking this semester off to go do that?
At least one semester. And my mother wants me to go back to school.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
We'll see what happens.
Of course I want you to go back to
But
school. Are
I'm
you
trying to
kidding
be
me?
the next Mark
That's
Cuban.
for another day.
Ugh.
Really? Okay, we went off topic. But anyways, he's saving the money so he can go explore the world, which I think is amazing. And many of you know that he went to Spain last semester and loved that and adored it and was learning Spanish and all that. So super exciting. So anyways, y'all have been power washing and you have a friend that bought in as a partner. And then do y'all have any other help for your business? Like, do you hire any other help?
Well, I did in the previous years. I would hire my friends hourly or cousins to work. But besides that, no, it's just us. But we've been trying to kind of get help from another friend of ours who does Facebook ads. So I don't know what you call that, another partner, not in the business, but
yeah, somewhat a freelancer, consultant.
like a salesman to get us more jobs, because it's really hard to do everything, to be the salesman, to be the guy doing the jobs, to be the guy doing the financial. I mean, that's like the struggle of a small business, is you are doing all of the roles. So
yes,
it's hard, but you make more money.
So many hats.
If it's going well, but
you wear a million hats. So I know many of the people that are listening right now are new business owners and everything, and they do struggle with that. Like, what do you let go of? What do you keep doing? And how have y'all decided what you hire out for and what you keep doing yourselves?
I mean, the hardest thing for me as a business owner is releasing some of the like outsourcing completely and letting Kurt or my business partner or people do it. Sometimes I try to do a job and not even be there, or have the job be done. Like, Kurt, you go do the job. I'm going to be at home doing this on my computer, trying to get us more jobs. And it's hard sometimes to like let someone else completely do that.
Yeah.
But even more so when it's like ads, when Kurt's making ads, not really Kurt, but in the past, I've gotten better at it. That's always hard. But eventually you get to a breaking point where you're working like 12 hours a day, or you're just so stressed out. And I tell myself, and then I'm like, okay, every problem can always be solved by outsourcing or using money. So I need to outsource this, and I need to so that's my breaking point. That's when I start deciding that I need someone else to do this, or someone else to make these ads, because I don't have time to research Facebook ads and research how to stay in the fence and do this and do this and do this. So I guess when I reach a breaking point.
Yeah, you can't be a master of all things. You can't. And I try to tell my people that as well, my clients, like, you can't. And you can't wear all the hats. You have to in the beginning, but then you realize, like, what are the tasks that someone who would make less money than me could do right now? What are the $10 an hour tasks or the $15 an hour tasks that I can give to someone else, because I can make more money doing another part of my business? I can make a lot more than that. So sometimes it's that, like, what's that job worth? And you can kind of look at it and go, this is a $10 an hour job. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be outsourcing it. So I guess you've learned that big lesson, is that you have had to outsource things. What else has been what's been surprising about running your own business? Like, wow, I didn't realize it was going to be like this, either good or bad. Like, what's kind of been, is there anything that's been kind of like, wow, I had no idea?
Well, it's such a I heard this the other day, that all truths are paradoxical. And this is a paradox as well. Because my answer was, when you first say that, is that it's crazy how free you are to take a week off. Now with Kurt, it's a little bit more complicated, because I got to tell him, I'm taking this week off. But before this, for the first 4 years, I mean, and still now, but if I want to take a week off, if something comes up and I want to go on vacation this weekend, I want to take Friday off, I'm tired. If Thursday night rolls around and I don't even want to work Friday, there is nobody stopping me. I just have to accept that I won't make that money I was going to make the next day or that week. So the freedom is just, it's insane, because I see my friends and they're like, oh, most of them have jobs, and yo, do you want to come this weekend to my lake house? We're doing this. And like, oh, I can't. I have work. And I'm just like, that's crazy. Like there's like, I can't. Like, that's it. Period. And there's no period if you have your own business. However, there also is, on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes I'm like working 12 hours, or 9 o'clock at night, I'm texting a customer, and my friends are not texting their boss at 9.
Right. So
I guess the freedom is so it's incredibly free. But again, it's a paradox, because you also are chained up in different ways.
Yeah, I know. I think people think that when they start a business, and I think it's always an interesting conversation, because I think some people are built for running their own businesses, and some people are not. And I've talked about this before on the podcast, that I had a neighbor who had started a business a few years back, and we had talked about it and all the stuff I was so excited for. And then I saw her not long ago, and I saw her on the walking trail, and I'm like, how's your business going? What's going on? She's like, oh my gosh, I stopped doing that. I realized I'm way better as an employee. I love my job. I know the expectations. I know my hours. I know the things that I have to do to improve and get ahead. And it's all laid out, and that's her personality. And so business wasn't for her. Entrepreneurship was not for her. And I think everyone has to realize that's okay. But, like Grayson is saying, there's the yin and the yang, right? There's the freedom, but at the same time, you may not be making the money or making anything happen in your business. So it's kind of both sides. And you have to realize, like, am I made for this? Because some weeks I may not have as much money. Whereas if I had a full-time job, I'm guaranteed. If I work those hours, I'm guaranteed money. And you're not always guaranteed money as an entrepreneur. So that's hard, but maybe you have more ability to make more money, right?
That's definitely
so
the goal,
it's this whole thing. Yeah, that's the goal. And I think people have to decide, is it for me or not, before going in, because there are these enticing features of a business to have freedom. But like you said, there's also the flip side of it too. But it is really cool that for you being young and being able to do all these fun activities, that you can on a whim say, yeah, I can go out of town this weekend, or I can take next week off. But the repercussions of that some work isn't getting done. You may not have clients booking, and you got to make up for it.
Yep. There's
later.
No
so
sick days that I'm getting paid for.
Yeah.
Unless I outsource correctly to other people.
Exactly. To do for other things.
Well, you said trying to decide if somebody wants to be a business owner or not. Yesterday, I saw a clip of Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. And he was, it was not satire, but it almost seemed like it because it was so funny. He was like, I had one of the most traumatic experiences of my life here. And he went to the mall, and he was like, it was this store. This was my first job. It was an ice cream shop. And I got fired. On the second day, she told me to scrape gum from the ground, and I said no, and she fired me. And he talked about how traumatic it was, and he was like, and that day forward, I told myself I will never work for anyone else ever again. And that's how I feel. Even though I've actually never been employed, but maybe I should get a job to test it. But that's how I feel, and I can't understand how anyone else would want to be employed. But I know it adds a lot of safety.
Yeah. I mean, it's just whatever makes you excited to go to work, right? It's more stability, less decision. I don't know. It takes a lot. And sometimes you're right. It takes testing it. Right. And that's what I tell a lot of my new business owners who've been scared to start their business. Maybe they've had a job their whole life. They've been a teacher, a nurse, or something else. And they're like, I'm so scared to start my business. I could never do that. What if I fail? What if people think I'm stupid? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, why don't you just try it? We just try it simply, and we just kind of get things going, and you see if this is for you or not. And if it's not the end of the world, because you haven't mortgaged your home. You're not, spending all your family's money. You're starting in a simple way. So I think there's always a way to test it. If you've been one of those people listening who's like been wavering, should I try this? Should I not try this? Will I be good at this? Will I not? So now that's hilarious. I know Shark Tank, a lot of my clients watch Shark Tank too, and we talk about it. And a lot of us get jealous because the people are so successful, and they like, I'm making 10 million a year with this, and we're like, what? We want that to be us, right? We want to make that much money.
Yeah, use it as fuel.
Use it as fuel. Yeah, I love that. So where do you see the future of your business heading?
Every summer, I mean, it's physical labor, of course, pressure washing driveways.
Right.
It's all physical labor. And that's like one of the biggest lessons I've learned is I can't believe how people do this their whole life, like physical labors, like lawn guys.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And especially in Texas.
It is insane.
During the summer, very hot. So that's why I tell myself every summer, okay, I think this will be the last summer I do this. But then the next summer rolls around and I'm making a little bit more money from the last summer. And I've done other side hustles, but this one has been the only one that I've stuck with for years. So I don't know where it's going. This could be the last summer, but I said that last summer. The goal is for me to find another way to make money somehow, not from physical labor and not something that I can't. Because if I take myself away, this right now, it would fall apart. There would be no business.
Yeah.
But I would like myself to be kind of out of it.
Yeah. Well, what's amazing is that you have taken all these years to build a business. You've learned what it's like to outsource and get people to help you, and, how to manage your time and how to set goals for profits and how to look at your numbers and expenses. Like, you've been doing that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's such good such a good education in terms of starting
definitely.
another business and parlaying this. Yeah, and not to mention the people skills that you've had to develop with your customers and clients, because that's a whole nother realm. I think a lot of new business owners don't realize is how to deal with people, right? How to, help them, help create desire to buy your products. Then once they buy, making sure they're happy, then maybe dealing with issues when you have them.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a whole nother ball of wax, is dealing with customers and clients, right?
You're wearing many hats, like you said. That's what I've realized. This is like some of my friends have an internship, and I realized the other day that it's almost like I have an internship in selling. So being a salesman, because I got to go to the door and tell them it's $2,000 to get your fence done. This is why. And then I'm also learning the numbers. It's like everything. So yeah, there's so many things.
So many things you're learning, and it's such a great education. Well, I love it. Well, is there any tips that you want to give for my listeners? Like anybody that's either thinking about starting a business or maybe is just getting going? Like, is there any inspiration, tips, any thoughts that you have for them?
Well, this is kind of inspired by you. You always say, or you recently started saying easy button. What's the easy button? Or, you always tell your listeners, just start, just go. And like literally just start. Like I printed flyers that looked so cheesy and went around my neighborhood, and I'm still making flyers that are cheesy. And it's never not embarrassing in a way to put yourself out there. You just have to just deal with it. Like it's going to always be there. People like every time you make a post, like, oh, who's going to see this? Everybody always has those thoughts. So those aren't going away, or maybe they are if you've got them to go away. Will Smith has a quote that it's like, if you can't get over the fear, then just do it scared. So I say that because when I started my pressure washing company, I made flyers saying who I was, and I went around passing to the neighbors, and I got a job, and now it led to 5 years later, I'm still doing it, making more money than most of my friends with jobs. And I do know other friends my friends that are entrepreneurs who are making way more money than me. So it's awesome, but just start, stop being so afraid, put yourself out there and just go, because
I love that.
Only people who will be judging you are the ones who in a way are not below you, but it's like other entrepreneurs wouldn't be judging you because they would know that you're going out there. It's the people who are sitting on their phone judging you. I mean, what does their opinion really matter? So just go, just start.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing advice. I know I did a podcast episode a while back about just getting over yourself. And I think everyone has to do that when you start your business. Like, get over yourself for a minute. Okay, you're not the smartest, prettiest, most experienced, whatever it is. Like, yeah, your flyers aren't the best. Nothing is perfect. And once you kind of get past that and go, well, I just have to do this anyways because I have to try and I have to do this. And it's imperfect action. Like you said, like your flyers were cheesy or whatever. It was imperfect, but it got the ball rolling and you got a job from it. And I think a lot of new business owners soon realize that they don't even have to have a website up. You don't have to have anything. I think we get caught up that we have to have all this fancy stuff.
LLC.
And you don't. You can just get it going. Yes. People a lot of new business owners, wait, I'm stalling. Should I pay the $600 to get my, I'm like, no.
I still don't have an LLC.
No, I didn't have one. I've told everyone this. I didn't have one for 10 years when I started in this very room.
10 years?
10 years. It was we realized later that it cost us money because I should have had it before that. Because once you're making like 30 or 40,000, you need to probably get an LLC, because then there will be some tax benefits to that.
Yeah.
But really, it's about the liability in the beginning. Now, for you, I could see maybe because people couldn't go after, well, if you're worth a lot and you don't have an LLC and somebody sues you, they can go after all your personal assets. The LLC just protects you so that if someone were to sue you, they can only go after your business assets and not your personal assets that you have. So that's really the advantage. But anyways, people get stuck on things like that, and they get stuck on having the fanciest logo and the fanciest website and all this stuff. I remember when you were even getting started, oh my gosh, I need a website. I'm like, no, just get your Facebook page up, start telling people, and go around and you're going to get jobs. And that's what you do. And then you just keep it growing from there, and it will slowly, yes.
This guy I listened to, it says, money in, get money in now, money in.
Yes.
Stop worrying about
money in.
Do you need an LLC? Yeah. No, get money in today.
No, I agree.
Do not
I 100%
spend a bunch
agree
of money.
with that.
Do not buy $10,000 worth of supply.
Yes.
Do not spend.
I
Make
agree.
money. We need money in. Speed.
Money in, and quit throwing money at everything, like every single thing you think you need right now, because you can wait it out and then get that. For you, it might be some better sprayer for your, staining fences, or a better power washer. Yes, you can get to that. Yes, you can put that on your wish list, but let's wait. Don't get it all now, because you just don't know. You need to be having money come in. I agree. That's awesome advice.
Another paradox, though, is that one time I upgraded equipment and I was so mad that I hadn't done it. I mean, hindsight is 20/20. But I was like, this made the job 3 times as easy. Why had I not done this earlier? And now I just bought another thing, and I'm like, why did I not buy this at the beginning of the summer?
I get that. I totally get that, because that's saving you time and that's allowing you to get more jobs. But as far as spending money, throwing money at a better logo, or trying to get a better website for you, that is not what's bringing in sales. I think if it's something that can generate more income, then it's worth spending. But if it's not actually generating you income, then don't spend money on it right now, because you're throwing away money, and you could be using it on getting help for people to get the word out, salespeople or whatever, So I love that. Well, you have so much good advice and tips, and I know that my listeners are probably totally stoked to hear you on here, because I talked about you so much.
It's only up from here.
It's been awesome.
25K gonna be a joke in a few years. I'm gonna be laughing at myself. Driving a Bugatti.
Really? No telling what type of business you will have later. I can't even imagine. Who knows? But y'all heard him here. Grayson Brock. Well, this is power washing business. This is how he started. We all start somewhere. Everyone hear that.
Facts.
We all start somewhere.
Gotta love it.
This is his start. You gotta love it. Yeah. 5 years in, and you've gotten better and better and made more and more money. And that's inspiring to everybody, and I love it. So
the more I put myself out there saying that I have my own business, the more I come across people who have also started their own businesses who are making way more money than I would have ever known. I'm just saying, like, the more you connect with entrepreneurs, you'll find other entrepreneurs, and you can let yourself get jealous and upset, or you can let yourself get inspired. Like the other day, I met someone. I remember he would always post on social media that he was selling phones for cash. And I talked to him the other day, and he was explaining how 1 month during senior year of high school, he made $30,000. He did like this whole reselling industry. I just say that because it's just so fun being entrepreneurs and connecting to other entrepreneurs. So put yourself out there and let other people know this is what you're trying to do. And everyone has humble beginnings. Everyone.
Yes.
Everyone is a kid from somewhere, from a city, from a suburb. Everyone is a kid from somewhere. Just do it.
I love this. I agree. Well, this has been so much fun, Grayson. We can't wait for the updates. Maybe when I'm at episode 400 or 600 or whatever, I can have you on again, and we can hear how you have grown on your journey and what has happened and transpired since this day. So I think it's super fun. I just appreciate you so much coming on. We wish you the best, and we appreciate all your advice and tips that you shared today.
Thank you, Mom. Congrats on episode 200. That's an insane accomplishment. You inspire me.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
You inspire me to be my best.
It's been a total blast. Oh, that's so sweet, Grayson. I really appreciate it. Well, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being on. And until next time, we can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Oh my goodness, how much fun was that episode? Thank you all so much for listening. It means so much to me that I get to share my son with you. And I think it's an important part of you understanding who I am and the kind of coach that I am and the kind of life that I have. So thank you so much for listening. For those of you that have been listening and you're like, you know what? I'm ready to get my business started, but I don't know exactly how. I'm totally confused. I feel like a hot mess. I don't know all the steps. I want to make sure I do it right to set myself up for success. Make sure right now you scroll down below, because I do have a program called the Just Getting Started group, and you can join in now, get access right now, start binging all the videos, get all the printables and everything so you can start your business on the right foot, okay? And start it easily without all the mind drama and all the wasted time and energy, okay? And then if you're here and you're like, you know what? I have my business open, but I am struggling with how to really show up confidently, how to market my products and services or my coaching programs. Like, how do I do this without being a weirdo? Because that's what all of y'all say. Like, how do I do this without being awkward or pushy or icky or salesy? Okay, I have a way for you. I can teach you exactly the method that I've used to market myself authentically and naturally without being a dweeb and without being, totally pushy and annoying to people. So make sure you check out Grow Getters below. That is my online group coaching program where I get to help you monthly. We have live calls. It's so much fun. I get to know you and we get to help you and support you so that you can figure out a way to market your business that works and that feels authentic to you and that's actually fun. Okay. I hope to see you in one of the programs very soon. Have a great day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.